live in the country, you might be sitting at the convenience store getting some gas, and a farm vehicle comes in because the guy needs a Coke. This morning I'm headed to Lewis' house. He's getting a sheep from Rico, and they're going to process it this morning. So several of us are going over there to see if we can learn anything from a friend of ours that's going to be helping him with processing that. I'm sure there's plenty to learn, because the only animal that I've ever processed like that was that deer that I showed a few months ago.
Because it has a lot of fat. Whatever has fat. You want to go. It's easier in the back, right? So once you get this out, like that, gonna need a knife because of this.
So there's half the meat.
Oh, sorry, you want to see the other one?
When we bought our first golf cart, the guy that sold it to us said the battery should last 3 or 4 years. That's this golf cart. It needs to be turned in this direction towards the house, so we're covering everything with the... It's raining just a little bit, and so I'm enjoying... Actually, it's stopped now, but it's supposed to keep coming and going and coming and going. So I'm out here just doing a few things. I needed to move the chickens, so I went ahead and moved them. I'm gonna walk out to the tomato plants and sort of do a once over, looking them over. So someone might say, hey, you're not supposed to plant tomato plants in the same place 2 years in a row. And that's true. But we just did anyway, and sometimes it works out. Sometimes you start having problems with them. I'm just gonna go through and cut off the suckers. For those of you that are not familiar, when the plant has a straight stem and a leaf branch coming off, and you get this separate plant growing up in the inner elbow of the leaf, that's a sucker, and we cut those off to try to get the plant to continue growing up and up and up. And so we can just twist it around the rope and it'll just keep going. So I'm gonna go through and cut those off, and then I'm gonna twist them around the rope so they can just keep on climbing up to the ceiling. We've been milking Shirley every day because she gets too much milk, and the baby is only nursing on one side. But it looks like she's doing better. We were concerned about her getting mastitis, and I think she's gonna be fine now. We'll probably still milk her tomorrow, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. I really wanted to come out and just listen to the rain, and when it's even slower, just walk through the rain. One of the reasons we love all these metal roofs on our house and on the barn and on our picnic shelter is so that we can listen to the sound of the rain hitting the roof. Cindy and I talked about that over 20 years ago, saying how nice it is and how someday it'd be so nice to just have some tin roofs that we can, or, well, I think we said a tin roof, to just hear the rain hitting it. But it's also really nice in the greenhouse to hear it. Oh, by the way, this mulch has been doing fantastic. I'll find some grass or weeds, and I can just reach in and pull it out. And the chances of it growing back are slim. Here's a volunteer tomato from last year. Just a few here and there. It's time for the lambs to be on the mound again. We got some more wood chips, so now they have a bigger place to play. When we first got sheep, we thought they might be kind of like a lawnmower where they're gonna really mow down the grass. And this is where I just took up the fence. You can see where it is kind of mowed, and then there's tall grass here all around. You can actually see, oh, like a crisp line here. But especially, so this grass is kind of consistent, the kind of grass that it is. It's kind of like a lawn. And then out here in the field, there's a lot more variety of different kinds of grass and plants. And they have a tendency to choose what they like. So then really the field looks, it doesn't even look like they went out there and ate sometimes, because they're picking out stuff underneath the grass, and you still end up with tall grass once they're moved on to somewhere else. And even if you left them there a really long time, you'd have to leave them there until they trampled the whole place to just the dirt for it to really be like mowing. Put them over here in the front yard, they would eat all these fruit trees. They strip the leaves off, and they might start eating the bark off the trees. Here's the old ones. We're gonna clean them up and help Trevor get them in his car to take back to Florida. And now we have a brand new set. The old ones were kind of old looking when they were in the golf cart when we bought the golf cart. So I'm hoping these will last longer. They told us about 3 to 5 years on those. So I'm hoping these will be, 3 or 4 years. I'm hoping these will be 5 or 6 years. We'll just have to see. Now I just need to hook up the cables the way they were on the old one. I'm working on Claire's house again, burning up all the wood that we've been cutting down. So the lot's pretty big. It looks beautifully graded, except if you're here, it's not as beautiful as it might seem. While I was doing these tree stumps, you can see all the sawdust from doing the tree stumps. I kept hitting concrete like here and here. I kept finding concrete underneath. And then when I was leveling things out yesterday, here's a big slab of concrete right here. Before today, I had already pulled one out, and it's laying on the ground. And I'm sure there used to be a trailer back here a long time ago. So there's 2, one of them I put here today. And then I'm finding another one right here while I'm digging. I kind of miscalculated on these trees. I should have cut those trees down and ground them up when I had the grinder. I had a pile of trash here, and it kind of distracted me. Like where the tractor's sitting now was all debris, brush and trees. Most of it's gone now. So here's the slab that I found that I'm picking up. So I'm not worried about getting this perfectly level, but we want to get it pretty close. This line, if you can see it, is level right now. While I'm out here doing all this, I also picked a bunch of blackberries. And well, that's a really good handful, but that's about all there was today. And I'm gonna put that in the freezer and keep adding some more to it. They're over here, so here we are. That's where my tractor is. Here's where the fire is. And then right over here is the blackberries. There's lots of really nice red ones everywhere. All through here. You see a little dark one every now and then, but these are so tiny. These are just as bright red as red gets. So it won't be but a few days before those will be ready. Cindy inspired me because she picked the blackberries from our vines that we have next to the house. And those things were huge, like 1.25 inches. It's funny how we're putting this house right where a trailer used to be years ago, maybe 15 years ago, maybe getting close to 20 years ago. But it's awesome that they dug a well. We had power, well, it had power, you know, when the trailer was here, but we brought power down to the well so that we could build this house. Caleb's house also is where they had a trailer once before. We're kind of reestablishing all the houses that were here, but really it's just so awesome that this property had well and septic for all 3 of these areas. The septic tank is in the ground over here somewhere. I know where the pipe is. I dug out around the pipe so that it's real clear where it is. But this is too high. It's perfect if your trailer is 3 feet off the ground. But this is gonna sit more like 1 foot off the ground, maybe. I'm not sure how deep our gravel's gonna be, and then the slab will be about 6 inches. I want it to be more heavy duty than just a 4-inch slab. So we got to get our plumbing fall 1/4 inch per foot all the way over here. So I think I'm gonna have to get rid of a couple trees here and dig this pipe down further into the ground and attach onto it deeper so we can get that 1/4 inch per foot fall coming from the house.